Paul and I, we've had a desire to expand our family, and our desire was to go through the expansion of our family through adoption. And as we considered the different ways you could adopt a child internationally, domestically, or by embryo adoption, we really wanted to go through embryo adoption.
Years ago, this assisted reproductive technology was developed where children are conceived outside the womb, transferred inside a mother's womb, and then children were born, the test tube baby.
What seems like a good thing, however, has really resulted in a lot of babies being created and destroyed, even in the process of trying to get the technology or trying to perfect IVF.
It was because of this technology, there are perhaps 500,000 or 600,000 children that are unwanted, that are in a frozen state. So these are children that are conceived. They're children, they're not cells, they're children. Of those 500,000 or so, that probably represents a smaller number of children that have actually been killed. These are the ones that have been abandoned instead of killed. It's not very successful in terms of bringing a child to birth. So as a result of that, what the industry has done is they'll conceive many children, multiple children, say 10 children, and they will transfer 3 of them at a time, 2 or 3 of them at a time into a mother's womb. And they'll keep on doing this until they actually get a child that survives to birth. And then if you have any left over, then they'll say either discard them or donate them to science or donate them to some other couple.
Couples who go through this process, they might not have thought through kind of all the ethical dilemmas that might occur afterwards, such as the leftover babies.
A child as an embryo it's a scientific term of a stage of development, but it's really a euphemism that allows people to do horrible things, such as they use the term, you can discard your leftover embryos. So leftover embryos mean abandoned or leftover children. So you can discard them. What does that mean? That means you can murder them. So that's really what discarding means. When they say you can donate them to research, this is a particularly heinous euphemism because 2 reasons. One thing is you don't donate people, you donate objects. So you cannot donate a person, and yet so they're dehumanizing or objectifying children. And then the other thing is donate implies a sacrificial good, and so when you're donating children, you're doing some very evil thing. So it's calling some terrible wickedness good, because what's going to happen to these children are they're going to be experimented on, dismembered, and killed or murdered. It's a terrible thing to deceive people, to tell them that they're doing good when they're doing wickedness. They say, well, you can use your embryos. Parents don't use their children. Pimps and slave owners use children, but parents don't. Parents raise their children. Certainly those who believe that murder is wrong and murdering the most innocent people is wrong, we shouldn't be doing this. But Madeleine survived and was born in November of 2013.
I was just so excited to see her because I really didn't know who she was going to look like, because I don't have any pictures or records of her genetic parents.
He took us halfway around the world. He gave Susan this condition so that a little girl could be rescued from death, and she could be raised in a family where she's going to hear the gospel.
Seeing her face, seeing her hands and feet, just the beautiful creation and gift from God that she was to us. It was just tremendous.
My son, Justin, and my wife, Susan, and on Susan's lap is our daughter, Madeleine, and across my shoulder here is Karis. God pulled some big strings to get her into this family and to be a part of our family. We're the limbs.